Hi, my name is Dr. Charlotte Kuss. I'm the Director of the Nursing Programs at Northwest Florida State College. I want to welcome you to the Program Information Session. This is for you if you are applying to the AS Nursing Program for Fall 2020, either as a traditional applicant or an LPN to RN applicant. If you are accepted, you will begin nursing courses in August 2020. Our program is one of the best programs in the state of Florida. We are accredited by the Accreditation Commission for Education in Nursing. Our licensure pass rates are high, and they've been consistently higher than the state average as well as the national average. We were recognized as one of the top 10 pre-licensure programs in Florida. That includes the ASN programs in area state colleges as well as most university pre-licensure BSN programs in the state. Our graduates are prepared to enter the workforce and to continue their education toward a BSN. The Northwest Florida State College RN to BSN program can be completed in 3 to 5 semesters after your ASN program is complete. The RN to BSN program provides a seamless transition to a BSN degree. The estimated cost of the ASN program is provided in your application packet. Please remember that some of these are subject to change. The costs do not include travel, childcare, or other expenses that are dependent on individual student circumstances. Please do not let the finances stop you from applying. Contact the Student Success Team for information regarding financial aid and scholarship opportunities. There are a variety of scholarships and grants available for you to consider. The AS program in nursing is a full-time program, but may not meet some financial aid requirements for full-time because of the number of credits in nursing courses alone that do not add up to at least 12 credits per semester. However, if you add one required general education course to your schedule each semester, you will more than meet the full-time requirements set by many financial aid programs to receive the full amount of financial aid. Most programs provide at least 3/4 the amount of financial aid when taking 9 to 11 credits each semester, which you will be doing if you take just nursing courses. Now, on to the application process. You may be asking questions such as, what do I need to do to accomplish to apply? How do I apply? How do I know where I stand? When will I find out if I've been selected for the program? And then what happens after that? This is the selection point system for the AS in Nursing program. This is what we go by for selection into the program. You will find this form on the Northwest Florida State College website under Future Raters, Selected Program Admissions, and then scroll down to click on Nursing AS. The point system is in the application packet for each track. Look at the top part first. You have to meet all the criteria in order to be eligible. Once you meet the entire list of criteria, you fall into the pool of eligible applicants. If we have a larger pool of applicants than student slots in the program, which we always do, we utilize a point system to make our selection. So let's look at these criteria a little closer. This is the top section of the form from the previous slide. I affectionately refer to it as the bucket list. Everything in this box must be completed by the application period deadline, in this case by March 1st, 2020. The first thing you should do is apply to the college. Currently, there is not a charge to apply. If you have been a student before but have not taken classes in 1 year, you will need to reapply as a returning student. To apply to the college, go to the college website and select Future Raters and Apply Now. You will select AA, Associate of Arts General, as your academic plan. Then, you need to submit the completed nursing application between January 7th, 2020 and March 1st, 2020. The application is available on the Northwest Florida State College website. Again, go to Future Raters, Selected Program Admissions, and then scroll down and click on our Nursing AS. Select the application packet for the track you wish to take, traditional ASN or LPN to RN. Download it, complete the application, and return it to the nursing office, any one of the several options. Scan it in order to email it to us, fax it in, mail it in, or drop it off in person. Instructions on each of these methods will be included on the application. Do not submit the application before January 7th, 2020. And then again, the deadline to apply to the nursing program is March 1st, 2020. After that date, no further applications will be accepted. The next item on the requirements is to view this information session, which you're doing now, and complete the post-test confirmation form by March 1st, 2020. When you are done watching this video presentation, be sure to download the form found in your application packet. Complete it and submit it with your application. You must complete the nursing admission assessment exam as well. We'll have more on that in a minute. All of the rest of the admission criteria must be met, that is, received by the appropriate department by March 1st, 2020, which includes any college placement tests such as your PERT scores or SAT, ACT scores, completion of any prep courses that may be required based on your placement scores, and all transcripts including high school and all other colleges and universities. If you have not completed college-level math and English courses, PERT scores are required unless you were exempt based on graduation from a Florida high school in 2007 or later. Check with a student success navigator for advising if you are unsure. They will tell you if you need prep courses or not based on your PERT scores as well. If you need to take prep courses before you are eligible to take a college-level math course and or English Composition 1, you will not be eligible for the nursing program until those courses are completed. Your cumulative college GPA must be 2.5 or higher on a 4.0 scale for any college work completed. If you are currently taking courses at a college other than Northwest Florida State College, as soon as you have completed them, you need to get the transcripts sent to us. However, they won't be included in your GPA computation if the transcripts are not available by March 1st, 2020. If you have a Florida LPN license or will be licensed in Florida as an LPN prior to the start of fall classes 2020, which is August 19th, you are eligible to apply to the LPN to RN transition program. If selected, you will begin with the second semester of nursing courses and have different courses that must be completed prior to August 2020. Although the college does not require you to submit your LPN program transcripts, please do so because I will need them later if you are selected. The components of the admission assessment exam include math, reading comprehension, vocabulary and general knowledge, grammar, and anatomy and physiology. Most people have difficulties with the anatomy and physiology portion, even if they did well in the college courses. Practice the types of questions that you'll see on the exam. Go online to find websites that give you lots of practice questions. Do that by Googling A&P Review. Many students have said that the study book for the test is great for each area except anatomy and physiology, so look for other study options. I have seen scores jump from the 50s into the 90s on the second attempt. So do yourself a favor and study before the first attempt. And of course, don't neglect studying or reviewing for the other sections of the exam. You need to do well on all of them. Remember, the HESI admission assessment exam must be completed by March 1st, 2020. You can take it any time up until that deadline. You do not have to wait until the application period opens on January 7th to take the exam for this cycle. To be eligible for the program, you must score at least 75% on each component. We do not look at your cumulative score, but the results of each individual component. You may repeat the test once before the deadline if you wish. Therefore, take the first attempt early enough to give yourself time to study, and take the second attempt prior to the deadline of March 1st. Again, you may take the exam twice between now and March 1st, 2020. Once you've met all the requirements on the bucket list section, that top box, you are an eligible applicant. There will most likely be more eligible applicants than seats available. This is where the selection point system comes in, so let's take a look at that in detail now. If you have completed general education courses here at Northwest Florida State College with a grade of C or higher, you will receive up to 5 points depending on the number of credits completed. If you are a resident of Okaloosa or Walton County, you will receive 5 points. This is not residency as they count it for tuition purposes. If you move to either county and can show proof that you reside there as of March 1st, 2020, such as a utility bill, you are a resident for our point system only. Next, you get points for completing the information session quiz. The more questions you answer correctly, the more points you will receive, up to 10 points. 1 point for each correct answer. You had to complete the information session and submit the quiz to be eligible. This just rewards you for getting right answers on the quiz. So I hope you're listening. The next section looks at your individual scores on the admission assessment exam. We take your highest score from each section, assuming you took it more than once. Obviously, if you took it only once, we'll take your only score for that section. We'll subtract 75 from it because you had to score at least 75 to be eligible. This gives you up to 25 points for each section. We'll see an example of that in a moment. Finally, if you have any certification in the healthcare field, or if you are a military veteran, you will receive 5 points. This does not include CPR certification. Submit your certificate or proof of military service in the same way you submit the application and information session quiz, and we will consider whether or not it meets the requirement. Please note, you will receive 5 points only even if you meet both methods of qualification for these points. All of these points add up to a possible 150 points. Here is the example of how to compute your scores for the HESI admission assessment exam. This applicant took the exam twice. The attempt 1 scores are listed and the attempt 2 scores are listed. I use the purple scores for this applicant, which highlights the highest scores in each section. And then in computing the test points, I'll use 94 for the first section, minus 75, that gives this person 19 points for section 1, and so forth. Adding them up, they have a total of 73 out of a possible 125 points for the admission assessment exam. The applicants with the highest point totals are admitted first until the class is full. If there is a tie among point totals prior to reaching program capacity, we use the following formula to determine selection. The cumulative score on the admission assessment exam, and I'll note that this is the only time we use the cumulative score, plus the GPA times 25 equals the number of tiebreaker points. So let's look at an example of this. Applicant 1 has a GPA of 3.74. Cumulative test score was 95%. So we'll take the GPA times 25 plus the 95 gives this person 188.5 points. Applicant 2 has a 3.98 GPA but a 90% cumulative test score. We'll do the same math, and this applicant has 189.5 points. So if there was only 1 seat left before looking at these 2 applicants, applicant 2 would secure the slot. So let's review the application process. If you haven't already applied to the college, or it's been a year since you took classes, that's the first step. Go to the college website to apply. You will apply online and select whether you are a new student or returning one. Have residency information available, and this residency information is for tuition purposes. After you complete it, you will receive an email. please keep it on file. You will log in to all college accounts with the username provided. Your college email will be username@nwfsc.edu. You will also receive a student ID number that starts with an N, which you will need for the nursing application. From this point forward, we will use your college email address for all correspondence. Go to the selective admissions page under Future Raters, scroll down and click on Nursing AS, and you'll find the application packets on that page. Download the appropriate one, complete the required forms, and submit them no later than March 1st, 2020. Remember, you must include your student ID number and college email address on your or your application will not be valid. Please do not submit your forms before January 7th, 2020. You will also find the admission checklist, the selective admission point system, the information session post-test confirmation form, information form about the HESI admission assessment exam, the ASN curriculum plan, and the estimated program costs in the packet. The applications are reviewed within a few weeks of receipt. The final review of all applications will be completed after March 1st. You will receive an email, remember at your college email address, sometime in March to April, asking you to verify the number of points you earned if you have met eligibility requirements. You will have a set amount of time to respond if there are any corrections needed. Class selection will be made in the mid-April time frame, so continue to check your college email for updates and try your best to not call or email the office prior to the specified time frames, as this will delay the process. We promise we will contact you if we think there's a problem, and you will have the opportunity to fix errors when we inform you of your total points prior to us making the final selection. We will accept up to 36 traditional applicants and up to 12 LPN to RN applicants for fall 2020. If you are not selected, there is no waiting list. You must reapply, and you will have to retake the HESI admission assessment exam to apply for spring 2021. You will also have to watch an updated information session and submit the post-test confirmation form that coincides with the appropriate application cycle. So, you did found out that you've been accepted. Now what happens? Conditions of enrollment include a valid CPR card. It must be American Heart Association healthcare provider or from a provider that uses American Heart Association guidelines, and this must be stated on the card or e-card. You will have to complete a health screening and submit proof of immunizations. So don't get your CPR done too early if you don't already have it. CPR is good for 2 years, so if you wait until closer to the time you begin the nursing program, it will carry you throughout the whole program. Also, do not go and get your immunizations right away. You will find out more information about all of these things at the new student orientation. In addition to CPR and immunizations, you'll be required to undergo a drug screening and a background check. A criminal background check must be completed. A felony may prevent you from enrolling in the program because you may not be allowed in the clinical facilities and then would be unable to meet the clinical requirements for the program. Depending on the offense, even if you were able to get it through the program, you may not allowed to take the licensure exam. Full disclosure is important. The Florida Board of Nursing will not issue a license if you have been convicted or if you have pled no contest to a felony violation regardless of adjudication, which deals with social welfare, drug abuse, or fraudulent activity. Unless the probation or pleas ended more than 15 years prior to the application. If you need more information, contact the Board of Nursing at the website provided or the number provided. These are the courses required for the ASN degree. You will have 42 credit hours of nursing course work along with 30 credits of general education courses for a total of 72 credit hours. These non-nursing courses include Human Anatomy and Physiology 1, Human Anatomy and Physiology 2, English Composition, a college-level math course. So this is a core course, so look in the college catalog for that information about what is considered a core course. Nutrition, Human Growth and Development, one of the humanities electives. Again, be sure to take one that has the speaking across the curriculum component to it, and just to make sure, and especially if you plan on going on into the BSN program, just go ahead and pick a core course in humanities as well. Other courses are microbiology and then either sociology or psychology. Please be aware that you must earn a C or higher in all courses required for the ASN degree, even if you took these courses prior to admission to the program. So if you took one of these but got a D or F in it, or D in it, you'll have to retake it. This is the LPN to RN curriculum. So all tracks require the same courses. However, for LPN to RN, different courses must be completed prior to the beginning of the program for LPNs. So going back to the traditional, prior to starting the nursing program, you must have completed Anatomy and Physiology 1, English Composition 1, and one of the core math courses. For the LPN to RN program, you must complete Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2, English Composition 1, and Human Nutrition. Additionally, the first semester of nursing courses, which totals 11 credits, will be articulated into the transcripts if you're an LPN. Once you are in the final semester of the program, you are receiving advanced placement in the program based on your prior education and licensure. So class schedule and clinical hours are going to vary depending on the semester you're in, but you can plan on 2 to 3 classes for theory in each week, depending on the semester, and classes are 3 hours long each. So some of those are in the morning, some are in the afternoon for the semester. And then clinical hours, you'll be assigned to 1 clinical day per semester or per week for each semester, and that may change semester to semester which day that you're assigned to. But the clinical hours will go from 6:30 in the morning to as late as 5:30 in the evening. So just be aware of that and start making plans if you have childcare issues or transportation issues. So if you have any further questions, feel free to call the department or email us. That is Ms. Karen McKnight's email address, and she is my assistant, so feel free to email her with questions. And then be sure to get credit for viewing this information session. So you have to turn the post-test confirmation form in to meet minimum eligibility requirements, and then of course you get points for correct answers. So download it, print it, complete it, sign it, and then submit it as directed. We look forward to seeing you in the program and preparing you to become a nurse in today's fast-paced healthcare environment. Good luck.